Hello, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, please type something. Say you can hear me. If you can hear me clearly, type it in the comment section and say you can hear me, please, before I even go ahead. All right. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Olaolua. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Tisha. I love that name. Thank you. Thank you very much, Olabi. Okay, I'm super excited to be here. The energy has to be it has to be high. I'm very excited about this program. Yes, it's a program, it's a webinar, and I'm very excited, and I really do hope you are as excited as I am, or if not even more excited. So first, I would like to really say welcome. But before you guys start hearing my beautiful voice, I would like you to do something for me. I'd like to give you a very simple task. So we have about few people on this call, and I want you to please kindly go to your WhatsApp, your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, and just share the flyer with the link to people. I need more people to join. I need more people to join. We're going to be learning a lot. I mean, we have about hundreds of people on the Menthali group, and I can see about 12 here, I guess. So I need more people to join before we kickstart. So Precious, Nathaniel, Olaolua, Israel, Lawrence, Adefioye. Let me even mention my name too, because I should actually post as well. Olaolua, Precious. There's actually two Preciouses. There's Precious Izianya. I'd like to hear the pronunciation of your name. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce that correctly. We have Precious Orekoya. Amazing. We have Saidat. We have Tishe. I love that name. Tishe, hello, hi. So please, let's go on our various social media pages, WhatsApp, Instagram, and let us share with the link. If you love your friend, share this link with them. If you love your mom, yes, if you love your dad, if you love your brother, if you love your sister, if you love your enemy, please kindly share it with them. I'm still waiting. I can see that more people are joining. I love it. I love you guys. Thank you so much. So please, let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. I'm going to start in about 2 minutes. So please let us keep sharing. But before I start officially, or let me just start right now, I would really like some of us to introduce ourselves. But before I do, should I introduce myself first, or you should introduce yourself first? Sorry, I've not started. That's how I'm being playful like this. Please don't mind me. Okay, let me hear from you all, the amazing people of Menthali. I don't know, people that are not on the Menthali group might be here, and I really implore that you join the group. So let me hear from my Menthalians. I just coined that name up. Amazing. So right now I'd like to hear from us. I would like you to just give a brief introduction of yourself. Tell us who you are. Like I always say, you never know who is here. Your partner could be here. Your business partner could be here. Somebody that is really going to love your work and say, oh, I'd like to support you could be here. So I'd like you to just tell us a bit about yourself and how Menthali has helped you. Yes, I'd like you to mention that, how Menthali has helped you. So I'm going to be calling on the name that I love the most. I love everybody's name. Don't mind me. This name is just sweet in my mouth, and I'm sure the person knows who he or she is already. So, hello, Tisha. Good evening. Hi, Tisha. Can you hear me? I think Tisha is having network issues. Tisha Olabi, can you hear me? Kindly unmute your mic.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Okay. Hi. Good evening. How are
Hi,
you
good
doing
evening.
today? All right.
Fine, thank you.
Okay, great. Can you please introduce yourself? Tell us your name, what you do, and how Menthali has helped you in one way or the other.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So, my name is Olaore. I'm currently a student of Redeemers University in 300 levels to be precise. Let's just say this is my first time joining the meeting. So, hello, everyone.
Oh, great. This is your first time. Wow, thank you very much. Who introduced you or who brought you up to this live? Can you tell us who that person is?
No one, I just saw it on Instagram.
Oh, wow, that is so amazing. That it actually shows how intentional you are about your growth. And I seriously give you that accolade. Well done, Tisha. That's very beautiful.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and it's absolutely nice to meet you. All right, let me hear first from somebody else. A man this time. Let me hear from Israel Oke. I know Israel Oke is a big man. Oh. Let's hear from an amazing man. Hello, Israel Oke. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening. It's just I'm outside, so
Oh, it's fine. No problem at
yeah.
all. All right.
Thank you.
Can you just give us a brief introduction of yourself and tell us how Menthali has helped you in one way or the other? Okay, you just said it's in a noisy place, so I guess that's why it's not going to be saying anything. I would have loved to hear from a lot of us. I mean, I would have loved to hear from every other person, but time would not permit. I would not like to waste any more of your time. So right now, I'm just going to be introducing myself. I'm sure you might be wondering, who is this lady talking to you? I wanted to show my face, but I felt, let me not just show my face this night. I'm actually quite exhausted. I just got back from work, so my face might not be so might not be so appealing, but it's very fine. So good evening, everyone. We're in the night. Good night, everyone. It's such a pleasure to welcome you to the Financial Wellness Program. And this is an initiative brought to you by Menthali. Yes, at Menthali, of course, we believe that wellness is holistic and financial health and mental health go hand in hand. You see, when our finances are in order, our minds literally feel lighter and we feel better. And I know that a lot of us can second to that. You see, when we make better financial choices, our minds are healthy. Today is all about equipping ourselves with both the mindset and the tools to thrive financially and mentally. And I'm super excited for the conversations that we're going to be having because it's a 3-day program and you definitely do not want to miss it. You know, if this was actually an on-site event, I would have told you to look into your neighbor's eyes and tell them not to miss it. So I'm telling you to look at yourself right now, girl. Man, do not miss this program. It's going to change your life. Trust me. And I'm not saying this in a cliche form. I'm saying this because I actually mean it. I've read the biography of the speakers. I've gone through their pages on Instagram, and I'm so sure that this initiative is going to change your life for the better. So I'm very happy for the conversations that we'll be having today and the insights we'll gain together. So come on, everyone, let us dive right in. Like I said, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Greatness Latona, and you can call me the Global MC. Yes, that's my brand name, the Global MC. And I'm very excited, I'm super elated, and I'm absolutely honored to be the compare for this 3-day program, the Financial Wellness Program. Today, we're going to be having an amazing speaker. She's a lady, and I'm going to be introducing her very soon. But before I introduce her, I would like to have a message from our founder. I'd like to have a message. I would like us to have a message from our founder. I actually do not have a biography. I would have loved to read a biography, but she has about 5 minutes and I don't want to chip into her time. So right now I'm just going to call on the amazing, the beautiful, the the mind-blowing, the wonderful, the gorgeous, and intelligent Semiloore Olaore. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the clapping ovation, please let's make welcome Semiloore Olaore. I really cannot see it. I can see that of Ajayi. Thank you, Oladapo. Come on, let me see more. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm not going to call her up until I see more. Thank you very much, Precious. Thank you, thank you. All right, she's here already. Welcome, Semiloore. Okay, can we all hear Semiloore? I can't really hear. Hello, Semiloore. Can you hear me? I'm finding it hard to hear you. Hi, Semiloore. Maybe you have to log out and log in again because I can't hear you.
Please, can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for that little, break in time. You know how network can be sometimes. By the way, I'm super excited to be here. And most importantly, I want to welcome everyone to tonight's event. Honestly, I'm so excited. And the reason why I am is because, money is actually a very important discussion that every youth must consistently have, because just look at the way we are in Nigeria. I'm not saying that Nigeria is bad now, right? Though we all know the truth. But then, in order to thrive and live well as a Nigerian, as an African, there is a kind of mentality we all need to carry, early enough in life. Many people have the desire that, oh, I want to build wealth, I want to have money. By the time I'm 25, I want to have a car, different kind of dreams, different kind of, plans and all. At the end of the day, all still boils down to money, honestly, because you can be making so much and then you look back and you're like, where exactly is this money going to? So we don't want to raise a generation of youth that are working so hard, yet they are eating so little, or people that are really putting so much pressure on themselves to make an ends meet for themselves, and at the end of the day they have nothing to show for it. So think of this financial awareness program as a response to some of the questions that you have in your heart, like, I'm making money, where is it even going to? And some of us might be that, I want to make more, but then I don't even know how to. So that is why we are having this event, the financial wellness program. And the truth is that this is our very first event that is related to money. I think I posted something on my link today, early this morning, and I shared the fact that over the years, Menthali actually rests on three SDGs. That is, we have the goal three, good health and well-being, goal four, quality education, and then we have the goal eight that talks about decent work and economic growth. Because I realized that it's not enough to teach language when it comes to mental health. It's not enough to tell people that don't be anxious. This is what you should do when you are feeling anxious. This is how you build resilience and things like that. Those conversations are important, right? But then if we don't look into the root of certain things, we are only treating certain issues just on the surface level, which is not meant to be. And that is what we are trying to achieve in Mentally. As much as we want to do advocacy for mental health, let's also tackle the root cause of certain issues that we are experiencing today. So the financial awareness program is one of our responses to to that aspect. And I really want to welcome everyone to tonight's event. This is actually the day one of this event, and I believe that you're going to learn so much. See, even me as a person, my book is ready, my pen is ready, because me too, I need this knowledge. It's not enough to desire to make money. We also need the knowledge and the wisdom to sustain and to multiply it. So you are welcome once again. Over to you, Greatness.
All right, amazing, amazing. We just heard from our founder, and she's telling everyone that you are welcome. Yes, you are welcome, and I'm very excited to be here as well. I have my notes here. If you do not have your notes in front of you, my brother, my sister, you're definitely making a mistake. So please get your notepads or your note and your pen. We are about to dive in. But before I read the biography of the speaker, I'd like to ask us a question, and I want maybe one or two persons to answer me. How do you feel when you get alert on your phone? Like when you get the alert ring on your phone, like you're feeling so down, depressed and sad, because you see a lot of issues when it comes to mental health is about money, except from those that have that go into substance abuse and all of that. That's very different. But for some, it's about money. Some people actually go into depression because they don't have so much. You understand? Wow, Israel says happy feeling. Oh, one kind confidence go come enter me. See my pigeon, Jesus Christ, don't mind me. I'm so sorry for sounding like that. Okay, let me say like a Nigerian lady. Happy feeling. Oh, one kind confidence go come enter me. Yes, that is so true. There's just this happy feeling that this alert brings, and I want that is the same feeling you're going to be getting after this webinar. I think someone just sent a message again. Okay, a sudden energy will just flow. You're so right. It's sudden. You see, when you're thinking about your life and then you just see alert, a sudden, or when you are thinking about your life and you just remember, oh, I've actually invested some millions somewhere, or you're thinking about your life and you just remember that I actually have stocks. I don't think, God, I'm actually living the life. You feel happy to some extent, you feel excited. So we're about to dive into something that will make you feel that sense of happiness today. I'm going to be learning a lot from our speaker, and the name of our speaker today is Mrs. Otobore Olumoye. I really do not know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Mrs. Otobore Olumoye. So please, when she comes off stage, she would actually kindly correct me if I pronounce that incorrectly. So I'm going to be reading a biography, and trust me, this is such an intelligent woman. Like I said, I've done my background checks on all of our speakers, and of course, she really actually stood out for me. She's a personal finance coach and she's doing amazing. So right now I'm going to be reading her biography, and I would like you to listen attentively. Mrs. Otobore is a personal finance coach with over 21 years of experience working in the financial service sector. She helps individuals and teams set up their financial plans and achieve financial clarity. She has spoken to thousands of staff of organizations and members of religious and social groups. She currently has over 200 clients across the world and is an author and publisher of several amazing books. Mrs. Otobore is a graduate of chemical engineering and holds several certifications in financial planning, customer service, and public speaking. She's also a fellow of the Institute of Management and Consultants. A major driving force is a strong belief that Africans can and will do better financially if they know better. And that is why we are here today. And Mrs. Otobore is married with 3 children, ladies and gentlemen, with a clapping ovation, please let's make welcome the amazing, beautiful, and mind-blowing woman. I hope we're ready to hear her voice. Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening, Ma.
Good evening. Is that Lotana's voice I hear? Good evening.
Yes,
Who was
Ma.
speaking? Okay, hi Lotana. Good evening.
Good
Thank
evening,
you
Ma.
very much. Good
My
evening.
pleasure.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, Ma, we can hear you perfectly.
Awesome. All right. So first off, let me see if I can share my screen. Google Meet rarely allows me to share my slides on the laptop, but let me see if it will permit me today. Just hold on a second. Let's pray and hope. Okay. Just a minute. Let me see if it will permit me to share. If not, we'll use the half screen, but I need to show some bit of my slides. Okay. Please give me a second. I need to share.
Yes, sure, Ma.
Let's hope this works. Can you see my screen? Okay, so it's showing you.
Yes, Ma, we can.
You can see my screen now. Okay. So I don't know if it will permit me to. It doesn't allow me to go into. Okay. It doesn't allow me to show full slide, but it's fine. We'll just work with this for today. Good evening, everyone. So can you see? You can see the half slide. This is very stressful.
Sorry about that, Ma. Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. Today we want to talk about, the introduction has been done already. So today we want to talk about my mastering your money, personal finance skills every youth must have. Please, if at any point you can no longer see my screen, just let me know so that I can stop. Please confirm you can still see.
Yes, Ma, we can.
Okay, so today we want to talk about mastering your money, personal finance skills every youth must have. Let me just give me a second. I'm getting some feedback that the network is unstable. Pardon me, 1 second. We'll go right in now. We've had quite a heavy storm in Port Harcourt and it's affecting my network. So just give me a minute. So I'm going to put off my video temporarily. I'll bring it back on later. And then just to conserve some of the bandwidth. Okay. So today we want to look at personal finance skills every youth must have. But, oh my word, this is... Okay. But why bother? Why should we even bother with learning the skills? What's important? Why should we even bother ourselves about having the skills? Why even bother about mastering your money? Before we continue, I want to confirm that everyone on this call has something to write with. Please confirm you have something to write with. You can just show by an emoji or something to write with. Okay, I've got the confirmation I need. All right. Because you will need to take a few notes. We'll try to do this in 30, 35 minutes, 40 minutes max. So I'll let you go to sleep. Typically, my style when I teach personal finance is to make you dig deep and understand that there is a crisis. But I won't be doing that tonight. Tonight, I just want to share. I want us to talk. I want us to discuss, even though the discussion will be more one way than two ways. But I really want to, so when I throw the points out, I would like you to ponder over them as you go to sleep tonight, for those of you who will be able to sleep. So first off is a question, why bother? Why even bother about personal finance? Why bother about mastering your money? What's the point? And I say to you, the point is, if you do not master your money will determine where you go. And I dare say for every one of you on this call tonight, You are where you are today because of the financial decisions you took or did not take in the past, and the financial decisions you are taking or not taking today. Now, to make matters worse, not only are the decisions you took or did not take affecting you, but the decisions your parents, grandparents, and ancestors took. So it's not even only about you. The decisions you make today will affect the generations to come. That is how powerful your personal finance is. So if you think it's not important, if you think, hey, it's okay, I'll just wing it, we'll just do it one kind, I want to beg you tonight that you should just stop. Don't try it. It is time to take action. It is time to take charge of the oars. It's time to take charge of the paddle. It's time to take charge of the reins. Time to take charge of the steering wheel. It is time to take control. Because if you don't take control of money, money will take control of your destiny. Having said that, so now we have agreed that it is important for us to have this conversation tonight. Because we do not have too much time to dwell on many of the points, I will just touch on each of the points very briefly. Tonight, I want to share with you 12 extremely important personal finance skills every youth must have. In fact, it's not actually every youth, every human being that has sense should have them. But tonight, we're talking to the youth, and I'm hoping that you will utilize this great gift. Nobody was talking to us like this about this when we were much younger. But here you are with this opportunity. So I'm going to be checking in from time to time just for someone to confirm that you can hear me. I'll just be checking because the connection is totally unstable tonight. Please confirm you can still hear me. I will just, an emoji is fine. Okay, great. Thank you very much for the feedback. All right, so I'm going to be sharing with you 12 things. And let me apologize upfront. I will talk a bit fast just to see if I can cram as many things into the time we have as possible. Okay, so please bear with me. Let me apologize upfront. 12 important skills. There are many skills, but if you can master these 12, you will be fine. Skill number 1 is to understand how money works. One would assume that this will be obvious, right? Unfortunately, no. Many of us, adults, do not understand how money works. And here's the sad part. I suspect many of you are students, or you are young adults who are young graduates, or you're about to get into school. I can ask you to ask your parents or grandparents or neighbors or bosses what exactly they know about money. If they even know this equation you have on the screen, many of them do not understand. But you see, the typical adult, and it's not just a Nigeria thing, it's not an African thing, it's a human thing. The typical adult wakes up in the morning, has a bath, wears nice clothes, gets on the road, to go and make what? To go and make money. So you see them every day, they're in traffic, out of traffic, chasing money. But if you ask them to pause for a moment and explain exactly how this money they're chasing works, they struggle. They really don't understand how money works. The sad thing is, and I can ask you as undergraduates, from primary 1, what am I even saying? From preschool to year 6, did you learn about personal finance? The answer is most likely no. From JS1 to SS3, did you learn about personal finance? The answer is most likely no. From year 1 to year 5 or year 7, depending on what course you studied in the university, did you learn about personal finance? The answer is probably no. And I can tell you, when you get your job, from the day you get into that office till the day you retire, chances are nobody is going to call you to teach you about personal finance. What does that therefore mean for something so important? Why is nobody teaching it? The answer is simple. It is not anybody's responsibility. It is your responsibility to understand how money works. The world does not offer you wealth on a plate. The world expects that you fight for wealth, you earn it, and if you don't keep it, wealth will leave you. That's the way the world works. Okay? So you need to understand how money works. I see you spend what, 10 years, 12 years trying to understand chemistry, trying to understand biology, trying to understand physics. Some of you even try to understand history and international relations. But I don't see you paying enough attention to exactly how money works, trying to understand what's this thing that has the power to reshape my destiny, reshape the destiny of my descendants, and this thing that affected my ancestors so badly. I don't see you putting in the efforts to understand how it works. It is by far one of the most important skills you will ever have. Understand how money works. Why does money seem to go to certain people and others struggle to have it? Why does money go to many people and only few seem to be able to keep it? Why is it that some people find it easy to multiply money and others can barely earn an income? Why? What's going on? Your ability to understand how money works, your ability to understand that the simple money equation of income minus expenses equals to a balance is the simplest equation you will ever need to understand in your money language. However, each of these variables has a story to tell. So when it comes to income, you need to understand what is income, what constitutes income, what do I need to do with my income? If I grow income and reduce expenses, what happens to my balance? If I increase my expenses and hold my income stable, what happens to my balance? Or even if I increase income and reduce expense and I have a high balance, what do I do with that balance so that that balance becomes income? All of that knowledge is an incredibly important skill you need to have. Unfortunately, tonight, we're not going to delve deep into any of the skills, but my job today is to create in you the awareness of the importance of every one of these skills. And if I can create that awareness, my job tonight is done. It is now left to you to work with this information you're going to get tonight and develop it and ask yourself, where can I get additional information? What else can I do? Yes, now I know this, at least I have an idea of it, but where can I dig deep? And that is your assignment. Okay, so the number one skill you need to do, or you need to have, or you need to hone is the understanding of exactly how money works. The second skill you need to have is the ability to save. Your savings will save you. Oh yes, you're going to hear all kinds of things. And dear young people, I beg you, be very careful who you listen to. Unfortunately, nowadays, you don't even need to go look for people to listen to. They are all over the place. They are shouting. You are posting their beliefs. You are encouraging their beliefs. You've adopted their beliefs. And I see all kinds of things on social media. Oh, don't bother saving. Investment, inflation will erode your savings. Oh, don't save. Next of kin will eat your savings. Oh, all kinds of things are online. And for the man who is not savvy enough, he believes them and does what? He consumes his savings. And he says to himself, there's no point saving, Jerry. Who knows tomorrow? Allow me to enjoy myself. And all of those quotes that have been designed by poor people to encourage poor people to feel comfortable about being poor. You must save. Saving is in fact, it's beyond a life skill. It is a survival skill. If you do not save, you will be poor. There are no arguments. And yes, a lot of people will come with all kind of, oh, don't save, invest. Please, anyway, we'll talk about investing later on. Please understand that there is a difference between saving and investing. In fact, for many people, you cannot even invest because you don't have enough. So savings becomes your first step on your investment ladder. But there is money that is meant for saving. There's money that is meant for investing. It is not all monies that should be exposed to investment. Some of your money must be kept in safe transactions, safe vehicles. For example, if your rent is 600,000 naira every year, and you say, oh, I want to put aside 50,000 every month so that when it's time to pay my rent, I will pay it easily. Are you going to put your rent money in an investment account or you will put it in a savings account? If you expose your rent to investment and there is a dip in the market or the portfolio suffers a crisis, you will lose your rent money. So it's not every money. You don't put emergency fund in investment. You don't put feeding money in investment. You don't put rent in investment. Some part of children's education should not be in investment. All of those kinds of monies that require your assets to be in liquid form must be in savings. But even more important than that is the skill of saving at all. Young people, what have you done to ensure that you save? I'll give you an example. With my daughter, my daughter is 16. We have an agreement. At the end of every quarter, she shows me how much she has been able to save, and I reward her by either, depending on what she has been able to do, by either doubling it or giving her 50%. But she must show me her capacity to save. If in February you save 5,000, in March you withdrew 12,000 from that 15,000 and saved 8,000. No, it doesn't work that way. I want to see the 10,000 in January. I want to see the 5,000 in February reflecting in March, and I want to see what you've been able to add in March. That is a savings culture. If you do not have a savings culture, you will be poor. It is not even, in fact, there are no two ways about it. And it's not just about you as an individual, it's also about countries, nations. Many people are poor today because they have not learned how to save. So let me see a sign if you understood the first two we've discussed. Let me just an emoji to show me that you are on course. Okay, I have seen the sign I need. All right, the third skill you need to survive, or the third skill you need to thrive is budgeting. And this is where the fight usually occurs. Dear young people, please get your budgeting game right. Many people think a budget is, oh, my parents gave me 40,000. I'll use this 40,000. I'll use 10,000 for feeding, 5,000 for transportation, 5,000 for personal care, that this and that and that. That's the budget. No, that's not a budget. Your budget actually has three components. Your budget has the income part, your budget has the savings and investment part, and then the expense part. If you go online, you're going to see a lot of things. Many people propose many things. Oh, the 50-30-20 model. Oh, the 40-30-30-20 model. There are many people do different things. But let me say to you tonight that the most important budget you will ever have is a proper budget that reflects the reality of your finances. A budget is a proposition for finance that has not happened. So it is not it's not historical data. Budget is forecast. So for example, you're already in the month of September. You cannot tell me you're doing September budget. You're already late to the party. The budget you should be focusing on now is for October. So your October budget will say something like, I mean, this is just an overview. Oh, in the month of October, I'm going to make income of 100,000 naira. I will make 10,000 naira from this. I'll make 20,000 from this. I'll make 50,000 from this. I'll make another 30,000 from this. That is your budget for income. You have to have an income budget. You must say to yourself, where will the money I'm going to spend come from? For many of you, it's just one line, income from parents, and that is fine. But you also need to understand that if that is the only kind of budget you have for income, you are going to be seriously crunched for cash, because it means you are totally dependent on your parents. If you are above 16, please understand this day that you are too old to be totally dependent on your parents. Even if you've not started earning, you must begin now to think, how do I begin to earn? What skills must I acquire to ensure that my income budget does not remain on one stream alone? Okay, the next line in your budget is savings and investment. Even if you earn only 10,000 naira, please don't stay here and tell me the money you earn is not enough. It doesn't matter. You must save from what you have, because it is a culture. You must save a minimum, and the barest acceptable minimum is 10% of your earnings in your investment account, in your emergency fund, a minimum of 10%. However, what is recommended for financial planning is 50%. You should be able to live on 50% of your earning. If you cannot survive on 50% of your earning for your lifestyle, you are living above your means. That is how serious it is. I know some of you are shouting, now even the 100% is not even enough. I cannot survive on 50%. Oh, I will perish. No, you will not perish. It tells me that you're not earning enough. Okay, so you must save and invest. And then the last element of your budget is expenses. You must now tell your money where to go in terms of expenses, because the things that go to expenses most times are consumer items, things that do not bring money back to you. Utilities, clothing, feeding, transportation, personal care, all of those things you spend money in that part of your budget, you'll find out that none of it is bringing money back to you. Okay, so you must get your budgeting right. I have a budget template that I designed for people in my community, and I usually share it to people who request, and it literally changes their life. So you must get the proper budget template. That is the third skill you need for personal finance. The fourth important skill you need is investing. You said this topic of investing is a long topic. You need to understand what investing is. Too many people think, oh, investing is I put money and I get more money out. That's when everything plays well. What about when things go south? Whenever you hear the word investing, understand that there's a word that is underneath it. It is risk. So whenever you invest, understand that you can lose money, but you must invest, because that's the only way your money can grow from here to here in the shortest possible time. The question now is, what do you invest in? How do you invest? How can you learn more about investing? What goes into your portfolio? What should you be exposing your risk to at this time in your life? All of that information comes from investing. How do you know which investment is safe? How do you know which one is risky? How do you know which one is long term? All of these terms are skills. All of these terms are part of the investing skill. It takes time, it takes patience, which is why I said you must settle down and study money. Okay, so investing is the fourth important skill. The fifth skill is understanding debt. Unfortunately, many of you, as young as you are already experiencing debt. You started borrowing to fund living, to fund lifestyle. You're borrowing to keep up with the Joneses. You're borrowing for the wrong reasons. Most debt should be avoided, but there is some good debt, but very little of it is good debt. You must understand how debt works. Why should I borrow? In this part of the world, we do not do a lot of credit. So many of us don't use credit cards. But for those of you who travel out or who are abroad, your credit card can become a source of debt for you. But you must understand even how to use it. If you are not careful, the way debt works is when you borrow money, you're going to pay interest on it, right? If you are not careful, you will keep working hard to make money to pay your creditor, meaning that there's no difference between you and a slave who is enslaved to debt. You must understand how debt works. And if I may say, please avoid it. Young people, you do not need to borrow. Instead of borrowing, find a way to create income. Find a way to offer services for payment. Find a way to sell something for payment. Find a way to create value and get paid instead of debt. Okay, I'll pause for a second just to be clear. Do you understand what we've discussed from numbers 1 to 5 so far? Is it clear? All right. Thank you very much. Number 6, earning. You must remember the equation, the personal finance equation. Income minus expense is equals to a balance. By far, the most important element in your personal finance journey is your income. How do you earn? This is a skill that is critical. Luckily for those of you who are young, in these times, it is easy to earn. You can earn from the internet. The internet has come to level the playing field. In those days, you needed to graduate, have a great degree, in fact, go to a good school, have a good degree, have good connections so you can get a good job to get a good pay. But nowadays, the world is saying, bring value and we will pay. Your capacity to convert your assets to income is critical. You must ask yourself, what does the world need? What can I offer to the world in exchange for value? But here's the thing, what can I offer to the world for lasting value? that will continue to earn for me? How do I make more money? And how do I maximize my ability to earn? For instance, if you go to school, if you go, and when I say school, the university, for example, and you get a good degree, it ensures that it's easier for you to get a foot into certain doors. There are some places that will never open to you if you don't have a good degree. And that is true. But it is not the only way. Now, getting a foot in that door is not enough to stay in that room. You must also, when you've got the job, you must ask yourself, how do I continue to earn better? How do I continue to earn more? How do I continue to improve on the job? And even as I'm on this job, what else can I do to make more money? How can I get my money to work while I am working? Or how do I maximize my mind? How do I utilize all of the assets and opportunities? Because at the end of the day, you want to increase your earnings. And here's the thing about earning. Whether you earn or not, your expenses will come because there's a cost of living. By just breathing, you are spending money. When you sleep, you are spending money. When you eat, you're spending, whatever you do on earth, you're spending money. That is because you are living. So earning is critical, and it is the sixth important skill we'll discuss tonight. The seventh skill you need to master is the skill of delayed gratification. No, if you do not buy that hair today, you will not die. It is true, you will not die. If you don't eat that shawarma today, you will not die. And let me give you an assignment while you're on this call. Let's take a little exercise. If you are there with your biro, let me come back. Let me stop sharing. See if you can see me. Let's do this little exercise. Are we all together? You can put your answers in the chat box. Okay, someone can help us take the details. Let's do a little exercise. Let's calculate the compound interest. Right, the compound interest on. So let's assume one shawarma costs 5,000 naira, right? So if you say, oh, every week I usually eat one shawarma, and every month I spend 20,000 naira on shawarma, and you say, okay, for the next 20 years, I don't want to eat shawarma. I want to put the money for the shawarma in an investment account. So I want to see how much that my 20,000 naira will give me at the end of 20 years. So let's do a little calculation. 20,000 naira every month. So 20,000 naira every month for at an interest, let's use an interest rate of 15% per annum, compounding quarterly, right? For 20 years. So let's say you're 20 years old now. You want to see how much your shawarma sacrifice will give you at the end of 20 years. So 20,000 naira monthly for 20 years. Okay. So how much do you think you would have in your shawarma account? If I say shawarma account, in your investment account. Is there anybody who can quickly calculate for us? First of all, yes. So what you would have said, the money you yourself contributed would have been 4.8 million. So for 20, you were eating 4.8 million naira shawarma for 20 years. Interest is 15% per annum. Compounding quarterly compounded. So you're doing 20,000 naira every month at 20%, at 15% per annum, compounding quarterly. So if you put that money in a mutual fund, for example, at the end of 20 years, what you would have in that account, what you yourself would have put in the account is 4.8 million, right? But what you will have in that account is 29,180,000 naira. That is what your delayed gratification would have earned you. So your interest portion of that investment will be 24.38 million. Please, do you understand? Yes. So when we say delay your gratification, there's a reason. When you go and meet that your uncle and say, oh, uncle, please dash me 5,000 naira. And he says, no, I cannot give you 5,000 naira. You see 5,000, but he is seeing the compounded effect of the 5,000. So delayed gratification says, I will not eat it today. I will invest it and then eat of the fruit later on. I will not eat the seed today. Oh, there will always be another pretty dress. Go and look in your wardrobes. You will see beautiful dresses. Before you bought them, you said to yourself, oh, if only I could have this lovely dress. If only I could eat this. Or if we are always consuming. Delayed gratification says, not now, later. Later is good. Okay, we could be on the concept of delayed gratification all night and we will only scratch the surface. But suffice it to say, it is a critical skill that you need. The eighth skill you need is giving and charity. Please, if you do not understand the power of giving, please understand it today. That giving brings wealth. It is a principal thing. The more you give, the more you receive. But there is a method to giving. You don't just give because you cannot say no. If you give anyhow, you will become poor. There is a giving that leads to poverty or penury. You must understand how to give, but give you must. You must share what you have received because you are also a beneficiary of someone's generosity. Okay? So you must learn to give. That is an important skill on your financial journey. Number 9, you must understand credit. First of all, you will need to know what exactly credit is. And for those abroad, you must understand the credit rating of your country or the organizations you work for or your financial institution. You must understand how do they get their credit rating. Read the credit agreement. Read it. Don't be too quick to say, oh, I want to get a good credit score. What does it entail to get a good credit score? You need to read the details. Every credit is a contract. Understand what it entails. Then also understand what credit is. What exactly is credit? What does it mean to borrow? What is in it for the lender? What is in it for you as a borrower? What are the C's of credit? What am I doing? Why am I paying so much for so little loan? Understand why. Understand when it's good to borrow and when it's not. Ask yourself, are there alternatives? Because remember, for every money borrowed, there is interest paid. Even when the interest is zero, there is interest paid. Okay? So understand credit is a critical skill on your financial journey. I will just rush through the remaining ones so that I can let you go. Number 10, understanding assets and liabilities is a critical skill. You need to ask yourself, and we can do this simple exercise tonight. So just in that same piece of paper you have there, list out all your assets, list out all your liabilities, take out liabilities from assets, and that's your net worth. What are you worth? You can just do that quick exercise on your own. You don't need to share with us. List out all your assets. Assets are the things you own. Liabilities are the things you owe. Let's use that very simple definition. So what have you been able to gather? What do you have? Do you have real estate? Do you have property? Do you have intellectual assets? Do you have things that are bringing money for you, or things that have the capacity to reduce costs, or things that have intrinsic value? What are your assets? Then liabilities, the things you owe, the things that collect money from you. You must understand how assets and liabilities work. You must also understand how to sweat your assets and reduce your liabilities. It is a critical skill for personal finance and for growing wealth. Okay, let me do another very quick check before we wrap up. Please, is this clear all the way from numbers 1 to 10? We've done 10 so far. Fantastic. Thank you for the confirmation. Number 11, you must learn how to track your expenses. And let me say this for many of you, because the way I'm looking, let me even look at your faces. Just hold on. Let me stop. Let me look at your faces. 1 minute. I can see you. This meeting is being recorded, but let me say it on a record. The way I'm looking at you, people look like people that use OP a lot. OP and Money Point. People look like money. Yeah, people look like OP people. It's true. What that tells me already is that you don't track your expenses. You are very quick to just do transfer. You are very quick to do POS, all those kind of things. You have no idea what you are spending money on. I beg you tonight, understand that the ability to track your expenses is critical. It is a survival skill. Go and look at your statement of account. I'm sure September will soon end. They will soon send you statement of account. For many of you, they won't even bother sending because I know you don't have shishi. Go and tell them, I want to see my statement of account. Go and review it. You will see it. Shawarma, bole, puff puff, groundnut. That's all I'm saying inside your statement of account. Go and review. When you track your expenses, you'll be humble. Some of you even put starch on your shirts and you don't have shishi. Oh, you can track on OPay. Oh, that's nice. But what are you tracking? That's the question. Go and look at your Excel. Put an Excel. Go and do. It's okay. This night I said there will be peace. I'm not fighting tonight. I always fight. But tonight I said there will be no violence. Today is for peace. So learn to track your expenses. Where is your money going? Is your money going where you sent it? Because remember, at the beginning of the month, you sent money on an errand using your budget. During the month, you want to track. Ask yourself, oh, I said I was going to spend 20,000 naira on data this month. And this is the end of week 1. I want to be sure that I have not hit 5,000 naira. I want to be sure, and I need to see it. But by the time you're seeing 7,000 naira in week 1, it already tells you you're overshooting your budget. And if you're not careful, at the end of the month, you will overspend. Your ability to track your expenses is critical. And you will need this for beyond personal. You will need it when you own your businesses as well, or when you become a CEO. And the last thing I will share with us tonight as the 12th important skill is your ability to maximize opportunities. Maximizing opportunities is critical. For example, let me give you a very simple opportunity. I am here talking to you tonight. So you have access to the information I'm giving to you. And you're having access to it for free. But it is not free. Somebody did the work. Somebody paid the price. But for you, it's an opportunity. For someone else, it was an expense. For someone else, the person spent something to get it. So for you, it's an opportunity. What are you doing with that opportunity? And the 3 biggest opportunities that come to humans are time, tide, and talent. Time comes to everyone, irrespective of age, gender, color, race, financial status. We all have 24 hours a day. In the distribution of time, God was extremely equitable. Everyone has 24 hours. The question is, what are you doing with the opportunity of this 24 hours? For some of you, you don't have money, your parents don't have money, your grandparents don't have money. So you come from 3 generations of broke people, and that's also okay. But my problem is you are carrying out activities that will guarantee that your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren will also be poor. In other words, you are not maximizing your time. What are you doing with your time? After some of you will go and sleep, 9 o'clock you sleep because your doctor told you that it's good to sleep for 9 hours. Some of you will press phone morning till night. Ask yourself, how many hours do I spend on the phone? Multiply it by number of days times number of months times. Just check how many years you spent swiping. You are all over social media, mindlessly scrolling. The worst part is you're even mindlessly commenting. You are wasting time. And time is the only truly non-recoverable resource of man. What are you doing with the opportunity of time? At the end of every day, do an audit. For instance, before I go to sleep tonight, I'll do an audit. At the beginning of the day, I had a goal. At the end of the day, I want to check that I achieved that goal. If I did not achieve it, tomorrow, it forms part of tomorrow's goal. And I don't want to carry over work to tomorrow because tomorrow has its own work. I give account of my time. Tide refers to opportunities for everyone. If you've ever lived by the water or you visited the ocean or a river before, the tide will come at least twice a day, meaning that even without doing any work, if you stand by the bank of the river, at least 2 times, your feet will get wet. The question is, what will you do when the tide comes? Because the tide will come. When opportunities come, what do you do with them? Are you timid about opportunities or you maximize them? What do? Your being in school is an opportunity. Meeting people is an opportunity. Your ability to think is an opportunity. What are you doing with the tide that comes to you? And the last T there is talent. You are gifted. You have many gifts. What are you doing with them? How are you making money from your gifts? How are you positioning yourself to make money from your gifts? What are you doing about improving on your talent? For some of you, you can talk, but can you speak? We are all talkers, but are we all speakers? Ask yourself, what am I doing with the ability to speak? How can I improve on it? How do I see people make money from public speaking. How do I improve on my public speaking? Oh, I see people making money from content creation. How do I create valuable content? Oh, I see people making first class. How do I make a first class? I see people being friendly and they get opportunity. How do I improve on my friendliness? Too many of you are too mean, are too harsh. Too many of you are too unfriendly. Every small thing, you are angry. Before you know, you have left WhatsApp group. You don't have money and you have pride. That's a deadly combo. You must learn to master the art of the talent. How do I return to the master double for what he gave me? That is talent. Ask yourself, but you must identify your talent. And it's not just yours, but the talents that are bound around you. So these are the 12 critical skills I just wanted to point out today. Our time is up. But before I let you go, I want to tell you that the most important thing you can do is to take action. This overrides every other thing. All you have learned today will remain theory and go into the annals of history, and part of the many things that you just hear and do nothing about if you do not take action about the 12 skills we spoke about tonight. And one of the actions you can take quickly is to remain in touch with me. These are my details. I am active on several social media platforms. Be very careful how you, this is access, but be careful how you use access. Don't abuse it. Okay, so these are my details. And with this, I will say to you, thank you very much for your time tonight. Thank you. It's been a great time with you. I'm sorry I took 1 extra minute, but I am done. Thank you very much.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I am amazed, to be honest. I'm really amazed. You know, our speaker today said she was not even coming in with violence, but trust me, she broke a lot of tables. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can we give her a round of applause? Can we give her a resounding round of applause? I can see Marvelous, Shegun, Gloria, Victoria, Oluwapa. Please, let's keep it coming. Come on, let's keep it coming. Write some thoughtful notes in the comments as well. I want to hear some. Okay, I can see Olatunde clapping. Esther is saying thank you, ma. Can I see more? If she touched, she really hit some arrows. In fact, some things really got to me. Thank you so much, ma. Gloria is saying thank you. Eunice is saying thank you. Miriam is saying thank you. Shegun is saying the session was really amazing. Exactly. It was amazing. It was mind-blowing. Thank you so much, ma. She really broke tables. You know, she said, you don't have money and you have pride. Wow, that is a dirty combo. So for you guys that do not have money and you have pride, trust me, it's a very dirty combo. You need to be revived. This is so amazing. She talked about 12 extremely important financial skills that everyone must have. I have every of them written down in my notes, and I hope you do as well. Before the end of today, I should go through the 12 of them, and for people that actually joined in late. But before I do that, I'd like to ask anyone if they have questions. We've come to the question and answer session. If you have questions for our amazing speaker, kindly raise up your hand and I'm going to give you the opportunity to speak. Okay, there are a lot of comments here. Okay. She says you can't be a broke introvert. I've written that down. Yes, you can't be a broke introvert. Definitely. Yeah. Are there anyone that has questions? If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Just raise your hand and I'll give you the opportunity to speak. However, I have a question before anyone says, because I can't see any hands here, but let me ask my own question. So, ma'am, I would like to ask, what strategies can encourage an individual to save consistently? Because I noticed that many of us, our saving habits, let me just use a Gen Z language, is really whack. We find it hard to save because, like you said, we want to get this, we want to get that. And of course, there are some things that just come up and then we have to pay for this thing. So how do we, consistently save? Some people would say we should save in a safe lock and all like that. So I really just want to hear your thoughts on this, Ma. How can an individual save consistently?
Thank you so much, Latona. Thank you. So the first thing I always ask people is, why do you even want to save? If you don't have a goal, chances are you will miss it. I always have a goal. So for all my savings and I tell people, your savings must have a name and a surname. What are you saving for? So for example, and let me stress all of you tonight. Let me just stress you a bit more. I said I won't stress you, but it's like people look too relaxed. So let me just make you a bit uncomfortable. How many of you on this call as of today? So let me even see, just show me, use an emoji. Is there anybody on the call below 18? If you're on the call below 18, just use an emoji. Let me count. Okay, one person. One person. So I assume the rest of you are above 18. So let me, this question is therefore for you. Is there any of you, don't bother, even if you're 18, the escape is not much. All of you that are above 18, how many of you have started saving towards your retirement? Just give me an emoji. You've not started saving. So what are you doing? Or you don't think you will grow old? How many of you pray or plan that you will grow old? How many? All of you, how many of you pray for long life and prosperity? It will soon be your birthday. They also wish you long life and prosperity. The worst part is you will say amen. That means you want to actually grow old. You have mind. Okay, let me ask the last question. How many of you above 18 have at least, the question is usually 72, but as of now, you won't have at least 20 million in your retirement account? And anybody? You don't have. So what do you have? And you want to grow old. Or which one? Exactly. So this is why we save. Ask yourself, what are you saving for? One excellent place is retirement. You should start saving for your retirement because you are going to grow old. And if you don't save towards retirement, when retirement comes, there will be nothing to save you. It is when you save, you gather small, then you now invest. So ask yourself, what am I saving for? If, for example, you say, oh, I'm saving to buy land, but you have 5,000, ask yourself, this 5,000 naira, how many would I say? How much is the land I want to buy? So maybe you want to buy land in Maitama, 200 million. This is your 5,000. How long will you save it? But as you're calculating, your brain will be resetting. Then you will now realize that, this 5,000 will not work. I need to up my game. However, even with the 5,000, even though upon still, let me be doing the 5,000. Even if I cannot buy land, I can buy REITs, real estate investment trust. I can still invest in real estate. I can buy stocks. I can buy shares. So every month I'm going to send 5,000 naira on an errand to buy stocks. Every month I'm going to send 5,000 naira. If you start building that, you will find out that your 5,000, when you look back in 3 years, because 3 years will pass, 4 years will pass. When you look back, you will not understand. Just like the 20,000, when you look back, it will not resemble 20,000 naira. And that is how you save. But you must sell the money you're saving. Go on this errand. That's the first thing. The second thing, now you want to protect your savings from you yourself. Put it in a place that you don't touch regularly. Put it in a place where it will be protected from you. For example, if you use PiggyVest, although the safe lock, the returns are very small. If you use PiggyVest, for example, do safe lock. Even if you bring your ancestors, they will not open. You don't. We are even going to ask them to open it. There's no opportunity. So you lock up the funds. If you put those funds in stocks, for instance, when the market goes down, you will not sell because you don't want to make a loss. So you lock up those funds. And now you are young people. Use technology. Download the Bamboo app. Download Trove. Download Carrywise. There's so many of them out there. Marry them. But use technology. Move the money away from you and understand. So let me give an example. If you earn 100,000 naira and you have said every month I'm going to save 30,000. When you are thinking of your income, you will not think of 100,000. What you'll be thinking of what is 70,000 naira. So the 30,000 will move first before you even start contemplating what to do. So Latona, I hope this helps. So those are some of the things you can quickly do to start saving.
Yes, definitely, Ma. It really helped. The fact that you even said if you don't save for your retirement, then you'll have nothing to save you. Yes, you actually mentioned that, and trust me, you've been hitting the nail on the head, and you've been breaking tables. Seriously, thank you. I'm thinking about my life, literally. Thank you very much, Ma. All right, we have another question. Afe, hello, Afe. I can see your hand is up. Okay, we have another question in the chat box, but Hafe, you can unmute your mic and talk. Hi, Hafe. All right, let me read the question in the chat box. Gloria Olaniron says, how do I handle family or friends' financial demands without going broke?
Yeah, so I need to let you know that no is a complete sentence. No, I cannot. But in case you are wondering how to, I have mastered. So someone had asked the formula for compound interest. By the way, you should go online and learn. That's part of your work, but I've just posted it here just so that you can see it. Okay, but so you should be able to say no. And if you are learning, if you don't know how to say no, so that you because again, let me say this: too many of you want to be nice to everybody. Who are you? You cannot be. Even those who try to be nice to solve the world's problem, they call them demonic name. There's no name they don't call them. All the messiahs, all the prophets, not one was able to get rid of poverty. Then you, with your 5,000 naira in OP, you want to solve the world's problem. You cannot. If you are by the edge of a pit that is slippery and your dear friend is inside, sorry, OP is always collecting, and your dear friend is inside the pit and begging you to drag him out, but you're at the edge of the slippery pit, will you extend your hand into the pit and pull your friend out? The answer is probably no, except you are also holding on to something that is not likely to go into the pit. If you do not, you will find yourself in the pit where you and your friend are useless to each other. So how do you handle people who keep coming to you? There's a reason they keep coming, because they believe that you and your money are easily parted. And I can tell you, just Google it. Who and his money are easily parted? It's a saying, just go and Google it. Who and his money are easily parted. Why are they coming to you? You think it's because you are nice. And let me say something that you'll be uncomfortable with, but I really do not care. Many of you suffer from the God complex, the messianic complex. You believe, oh, I am very nice, I like to help people. No, you are not nice. You're not. You just feel very good with yourself. You like the feeling that everybody is coming to you. If you want to listen to your therapist will tell you that you are full of yourself. That is the underlying, that you're good. It's not because you are really nice. No. Because if the person you gave money to does not tell you thank you, you get angry. Why are you getting angry? It means that you have given the money because you expect thanks. No, it's not because you are not nice. It's because you don't have sense. And I'm saying this with every degree of responsibility. For those of you who are Christians, people say, I was minding my business. You say I should explain. Let me now explain. For those of you who are Christians, there's the parable of the 5 virgins. The ones that refuse to, there are 10 virgins, right? The ones that refuse to share their, is it palm oil? I don't know. Their oil, their kerosene, their oil. The ones that refuse to share, what did the Bible call them? Please put it in the chat box. Let me, those of you that read Bible. Those who are not Christians, please, you can just Google it. It's a common parable. There were 10 virgins. 5. Aha, thank you. Did the Bible say they were wicked for not sharing their oil? No, he didn't call them wicked. He called them wise. But it's the same Bible that says you should give. But when you're giving, try and have sense when you're giving. And having said all of this, have a budget for giving. A budget for giving. And when the budget, everybody, my whole family, they know there's a budget for giving. And there is a criteria for giving. So you cannot come and say, oh, because Otobore has a budget for giving, let me rush and come at the beginning of the month. Foul. You cannot tell me, and let me give a good example. A man comes to me that the wife wants to have a baby, then they need my help. And I'm like, oh, you have a baby. Oh, that's so sweet. So I don't understand. So why are you coming to meet me for money? I'm a bit curious. He said, oh, that the wife is going to labor. I said, oh, make sure you have a safe delivery. I will join you in prayer. I said, no, that they need more. They need small something. And I'm like, sorry, is this CS? Is it a cesarean section? I said, no, that is VD. That's vaginal delivery. Normal. That's no issues. Is the baby coming preterm? Say no, that the actual, in fact, the baby is even 1 week over. Meaning that you had 9 months. As at the time you were doing the thing that brings pregnancy, you did not know that this thing I'm doing, is a burning picking something. You did not know. Now you want to turn your emergency to my emergency. No, it's not going to happen. So what I can do, because I'm very generous, I give a lot of prayers. I can join you. I can move fast with you. I will hold you, we will pray. But I'm not giving, because you cannot turn your emergency to my crisis. It's not going to happen. When the baby is born, when you're doing naming ceremony, I will come. If you like, invite me. If you like, don't invite me. And I have a standard I give for naming ceremony is 20,000 naira. But that you will come and give it 200,000 that you want to bond. It's okay. I hope I have answered the question. Sorry, I went a bit.
No, you did not go overboard. You answered it perfectly. Thank you very much, Ma. And I'm very sure that Gloria will second to that. You did answer it perfectly. All right, we have another question here, Ma. Chinonso says, good evening, ma'am. I have a question. For someone who does not have an income, how can I be financially stable?
By getting an income, that question is very simple. Please get an income.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have an income, what are you spending? Because you're alive. It means you're part of those spending someone else's income. So have a plan to have an income, because it all begins with the income.
Yes.
And for now, it's your parents. Your parents are being very nice to you. If you are an undergraduate, they are nice to you. Just wait until you graduate. You will not believe what your mother will use your eye to see.
Period.
She'll call you, hey, Yusuf, go and buy me okra from Yabasira. And then you'll be like, please excuse me, I'm a graduate. And she'll say, don't whine, don't play. Graduate, that is not any shishi. I beg, mop my room when I'm going out. On your way back, pick that you are 10 days from.
Exactly, ma'am. Yes, you really should start earning. All right. Someone else says, someone says, ma'am, how do we invest in stock? That's a very broad topic.
Oh yeah, so stocks are broad. I mean, but the easiest way, first of all, download the app, study, read, but always have a plan. For those of you who are young, who are new in the stock market, I will be giving a free webinar on the 4th of October. Just go on my social media and check. That's one class you should not miss. We'll talk about investments in that class. Okay, but just for those who may not join that class, go and just download the app, fund your wallet, then start buying. You can buy penny stocks, stock that's low, because when it comes to stock, it's a very broad topic. Are you investing for dividends? Are you investing for growth? Are you investing long term? Which sector? Because there are different sectors. It's a broad topic. But the first thing you can do is download the app. Okay.
Great. All right, ma'am. Thank you very much. Samuel Adebola says, should we consider currency while saving?
Yes, but for now, I would encourage you just do Naira, because by the time you use, some of you here, because I say you should not make money from doing content creation. They'll pay you what, maybe 25,000. You say no, the Naira is unstable. Then you can convert that your week 25,000 to dollar, and you'll be looking at the dollar. The dollar will be looking at you. You will not put it straight into your GT account. GT will not charge you for bringing that that microscopic money into your bank. And you come online and start having, because that's what people do. You go to Twitter, oh, this is a tiffin money. Oh, okay, Ope will not even collect that your dollar anyway. So sorry, Ope again. But you know what I mean. So just leave that at 25,000. Go and put it in a money market mutual fund. Just stay in your currency for now. Then later, as you grow, you start earning in foreign currency or converting some of your earnings to FX. But don't get into the exchange game right now if you don't have enough money. Because when you move currencies, you lose money. And then you're also going to lose money at the investment end. Okay, so for instance, if you want to make money in foreign currency as of today, one of the smoothest ways is to invest in the Eurobonds. But for many organizations, to get into the Eurobond space is $20,000. And the way I'm looking at most of you, the way your names are spelled here, you don't have $20,000. So stay with your 20,000 naira and start from there.
Yes, ma'am. Great. Thank you very much. We have about 2 minutes to the end of the question and answer session. Guys, she's breaking tables.
I'm
First
sorry.
says so much pain. Kai, aim, chai, please.
No,
Oh
don't
my
mind me.
God, it's so interesting and I love it. Thank you so much, Ma. We actually have 1 minute now to the end of this question and answer session. And you mentioned something about mutual funds. In few minutes or in few seconds, can you just tell us a bit about mutual funds? Because I used to listen to this financial lady on YouTube. She talks about mutual funds, how you can save about 5,000 naira and earn in interest and all of that. So could you just tell us a bit about it, ma'am?
Okay, so first of all, the topic of mutual funds is not a short topic. But for everyone who reaches out to me, I can send you it. Or go to YouTube. You'll see a video where I answered 5 most commonly asked questions. Please go and watch it and understand it very well. But for mutual funds, it's basically a pool of many investors coming together to put their monies in investments that are managed by an asset manager, regulated, typically in Nigeria, regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, when it comes to even the funds and the different types of funds, for money market mutual funds, it means that the instruments in that portfolio are money market instruments, meaning that the tenors are less than 1 year. For fixed income, there's a mix. For balance funds, there's a mix, etc., etc. So the name of the mutual fund determines the kinds of investment in the mutual fund. Okay, my YouTube name is Otobore Olumoye, Tobo. So okay, let me just share the page that has my details. So here it is. So I don't know if you can see it. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
So you can just take a screenshot. Those are my details.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. We are very grateful. Ayadeji says, my name no they give $20K. Oh. Mommy, my name is giving $30K because my surname is Olatono, which means wealth paves way for me. So my own name is giving $20K. I don't know about, it's even giving more than $20K about you do. So I really want to say a big thank you to you, ma'am. Please, can we all say thank you in the comment section? You can also type the things that stood out for you when she was also speaking as well. Can I see them? Thank you, Esther. Esther says thank you, ma. Rebecca says thank you. Ogunchola Victoria says thank you. Doris, yes, thank you. Let's keep it coming. Come on. She didn't. I know that she entered a lot of us, but please don't be angry.
Forgive me. Don't get angry, get rich.
Thank you so much, ma. And do not forget, everyone, you can join the free webinar that is going to be happening on the 4th October 2025. So please go on Instagram page, YouTube page, and check out everything she has put there. We spent about 40 minutes with her, and you can definitely second to this that she's really value packed, and we do not want to miss out on everything that she has for us. Once again, I'd like to say thank you, ma'am, for being on this live today. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm so sure that the founder Menthali is going to be in your DM appreciating you as well. I don't know if she would like to say something, but right now I have to move on to the director of programs to come give announcements. But before he does that, I would really like the founder to just say a word or two to you, ma. Hello, Semiloore.
Wow. Honestly, I feel choked. You know, when you're eating fast, you know that feeling of eating yam too fast. That's how I feel right now. Thank you so much, Mrs. Tobore. Honestly, I have still not recovered because this kind of conversation, you don't rush to eat it. So that is to say that even the recordings, we have to work as fast as possible on it so that people can go back to it over and over again. Because this kind of conversation, you don't rush it. You have to be patient. You have to digest it over and over again. Thank you so much, Ma, for this wonderful section. I really enjoyed it, and I can tell everybody enjoyed it. In fact, our community right now, different kind of comments is going on right now. So thank you so much for choosing to do this with us. And I'm going to gather all your social media links, and I'm going to forward it to our main group right away so that people can easily follow you immediately, check out those videos that you mentioned on your YouTube, because this kind of thing is not something that you wait till everything gets cold. So you have to just eat it as fast as possible. Thank you so much, Ma. Once again, I am really grateful, and on behalf of the entire team at Menthali, we are saying thank you very much, Ma.
Thank you.
Great.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, ma, once again. So for people that came late, you can see that. What can I even say to you guys? Come on. Come on, let's do better tomorrow. I'm sure you might have missed out on a lot, and I would have to talk about the 12 extremely important financial. I mean, I will just mention it for you. Don't worry, I'm not going to break tables. But before I do that, I'd like to invite the director of sponsorship and partnership of Menthali to come give the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, with the clapping ovation, you have to clap before I mention his name. Ladies and gentlemen, with the clapping ovation, thank you everyone. Please let's make welcome Israel Oke. Hello Israel. Good evening.
Hello, greatness. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you so much, Mrs. Otobore, for this amazing session. I mean, I need not talk about how impactful the session is. And I mean, it's like you have given us assignments, even without declaring it. There is so much to go and unpack by ourselves, and we can just prepare you by doing due diligence to go out by ourselves and check everything that you have mentioned out. Thank you so much, Ma. So yes, this is the announcement section, and the first thing I need to say is that today is just the start. You know, when you are cooking and you put the first wood in the fire, you know, you're still going to add more wood so that the fire will boom more. So today is just, we are just starting, right? So we have the same time tomorrow, that's Friday, 8 p.m., the same time on Saturday. So it's 3 days. Menthali came prepared for you. We want to ensure that are leaving this webinar series hot. I mean, we want to see you doing ugly. We want to see you, you know, fine with your money. You are saving, you are investing. Your income is fine as well. And one thing I think I could pick very well is that you need to up your income. I need to up my income. At least I know that. And I think that all of us need to as well. So yes, let's not forget tomorrow event, 8 p.m. tomorrow. We are back here breaking some more tables. And then on Saturday as well. Also, we want you to follow Menthali on all our social media channels. That would be very, very helpful to us. I don't know if our director of publicity can just share that particular link in the comment. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Twitter. We have helpful contents that we share all the time, like all the time. And it's all because of you. We are not doing it for ourselves alone. So please kindly follow us on social media. And finally, I'll be talking about our community. So Menthali has a community of, I mean, amazing individuals, amazing students, amazing professionals that really care about their mental health. Mental health is everything. Even if you don't have the mental health and then you make the money, you will not spend it well. So we are very big on mental health, and that is why we also branched into finance to say finance is affecting mental health. I can attest to it that when you don't have money, your mood is different, right? So basically, I'm just trying to say that we have a thriving community, and it is our wish that you join. We want you to join so that you can be part of us, so you can learn from us every week, every day, every month, and for as long as you would be with us. So that is what we want you to do, and much more importantly, we want to see you tomorrow. Let's not forget 8 p.m. tomorrow. Clear your calendar. You don't want to miss tomorrow, and you don't want to miss Saturday. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you once again, Greatness. Thank you everyone for joining.
All right, amazing. Thank you very much, Israel Oke, for that good announcement. Like you've heard him, we still have 2 days more, and you definitely do not want to miss it. Do not miss it. Do not come late. I'm not going to be mentioning the 12 extremely important financial skills because this session is actually recorded and you can still get it later. But I would still implore that we do not come late for tomorrow's session. So we are rounding up now, and I'd just like to say a big thank you to everyone that came from the beginning to the end. You stayed till now. I'd like to say thank you to you. It means you are very intentional about yourself. You're very intentional about your personal growth and development. And I absolutely give you the accolades. I'm literally clapping for you. Well done, everyone. Well done, Samuel. Well done, Esther. Well done, Victoria. Well done to you, everyone. So my name still remains Greatness Latona, the global MC, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. And I'd like to give every one of us a task. Please and please invite your friend, invite your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad, and even your enemy, because the Bible says we should even love our enemies. So please invite everybody so we can have a fuller house tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone, and trust me, I love you all. Have a great night rest. Thank you very much for having me. Good night. Menthalians. Bye. Thank you.